Connor Shaw. Who?
Do you want that as your lock of the week?
Dylan Gabriel's not the guy. He's a 5'10", 5'11" left-handed quarterback. The odds are stacked against him. And Dog, it's another edition of Bet This. Welcome in.
We're in the month of May now.
I know.
It's going to be May, and sure enough, that's the last time we quote and suck.
Yeah, no more and suck on Bet This.
That's right.
And
sorry, Kate.
We've got a jam-packed month of May coming up ahead, but at the current moment, it's kind of light today, and we're gonna take it and have a nice light sports week and enjoy it while we can, because we know that the light sports weeks come far and few between.
I don't think it's that light.
It's not super light.
The run for the roses is upon us.
That's true.
The first leg of the Triple Crown in horse racing is this weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get a Triple Crown winner. That's the most exciting thing in horse racing is the chance for the Triple Crown. But we'll go over our favorites, some odds to keep your eyes on, things to look out for. We'll go over that.
And still no Justice for Barbaro t-shirt, huh?
I know. We need
hashtag Justice for Barbaro.
I know. We need Justice for Barbaro. Rest in peace to an absolute legend.
That's right. His memory lives on.
Gone too soon.
That's right.
Not only are we going to talk the Kentucky Derby, we will slightly discuss some playoff action going on, and we're going to give our thoughts on the state of the MLB as they wind through the early part of the season. April winds down. We're through a month of baseball, and we're going to go over our thoughts on how the league's playing out and whether or not it'll shake up the potential lockout next year. And then we'll also go through our typical power rankings, MLB, MLS still on the slate for you. Jay Dawg will break that down, and we'll go through the lightning round before the edition is over, going through our parlays, locks, as well as some of our favorite sports on the docket. Excuse me.
And at some point, if you're watching this on YouTube, that's Bet This, capital THIS with an exclamation point. Right there is a 2018 Boston Red Sox World Series Champions DVD. We're going to be giving that away.
Yes. So throughout this edition of Bet This, later on in this edition, we'll give you a special code word, and then we'll pick someone who comments on our YouTube video. If you comment that code word, we'll give you that DVD, send it out. So hopefully a lucky Boston fan will end up winning that one. So all you got to do is comment the code word. We'll tell you it later in this edition of Bet This. But for now, Jay Dawg, it is the run for the roses, the Kentucky
What number do you know?
Derby. It is the 152nd Kentucky Derby, or 152nd running of the Derby.
You're going to have a mint julep? You know about that mint julep?
The mint julep? I am not going to have a mint julep this weekend. I might. Jay Dawg's been saying, you know about that? If all week, like the past 2 weeks, it's been, you know about that mint julep? You know about that Guardians hat I wear? You know about whatever? Jay Dawg's been saying, you know what? Nonstop.
You know about that? You know about that? Yeah.
Yeah, you know about that.
There's a restaurant that is doing mint juleps all weekend long. I may partake.
Oh, you should.
I may partake.
You should.
I can't promise you because we're going to be busy this weekend.
Yes, I know.
So I may partake. I may, but I did. You know about
it's going to be May. It's going to be Jay Dawg's turn for a mint julep.
Although I'm a gin and Coke kind of guy.
My go-to, I'm a whiskey ginger. That's my go-to.
Yeah. I don't mind with that. I'm just saying, yeah, that's not a go-to for mine, but you know what? I'm okay if I have that. If they say if that's all we have, so okay, I'll do that.
All right.
However, though, having a mint julep at a time like this is apropos.
It's a way to celebrate, and join in the festivities regardless of where you are. So it is the 152nd Kentucky Derby. You can catch it this Saturday, May 2nd. The location is Churchill Downs. You can watch it on NBC. The purse, $3.1 million to the winner. It's a $5 million purse in total.
How much does the horse get?
I don't know, a couple of carrots maybe. If they're like
barley.
Yeah. How about justice for the winner? Justice for Barbaro.
Barbaro couldn't get the justice, so the justice will have to go to the next one.
So we've got some important field updates. Silent Tactic was scratched earlier this week. Full Effort was scratched earlier this week as well. And Osili jumps in starting at gate 20.
Okay.
after those two not disqualified, but fell out of the
Yes.
running of the race.
Yep.
A couple of favorites to keep your eye out for. The top three favorites are Renegade at 5-1. It's your morning line favorite. Won the Arkansas Derby in a tough draw at the number one post. Commandment is a strong contender at 7-1, excuse me. And the Puma is another strong contender at 7-1, getting a lot of buzz lately and nearly beat Contentment at the Florida Derby. So
The Puma, you say?
the Puma, yes.
Look at my feet.
You got the Pumas on, the Cougars on the feet.
You know what? That's really interesting.
Your Jay Dawg might be leaning into the Puma.
I might be leaning into the Puma. Is that the name? Is it Puma or the Puma?
The Puma.
Okay, you know, like the Ohio State University.
The Puma.
The Puma. Okay.
Yeah. So Jay Dawg's looking at the Puma. A couple of betting trends just to note. 3 of the last 4 winners were 10-1 odds or longer. So don't sleep on the long shots. You can have a favorite that you might want to lay back on, something like Renegade or the Puma, but also keep an eye some of the long shots in the field that might have a chance as well. Wonder Dean 20-1, Dan and Bourbon 14-1, Chief Wallaby 12-1, and Great White at 41-1 odds.
I've been hearing Chief Wallaby's name really bandied about these last few days, Siege, which kind of makes me wonder, those odds may move up for him.
It's funny you say that because I think Chief Wallaby is going to be my pick for this race.
Gotcha.
Not necessarily my lock or anything like that. We're not big horse race guys, but if I had to pick one after doing my research, I feel like Chief Wallaby's got the best odds. It's not a crazy long shot, but it's a great value play. Trained by a proven Derby winning barn. A bunch of winners previously had come from the same trainers that have trained Chief Wallaby. And he had an equipment tweak earlier this week on his blinkers to help potentially jump in his performance. We'll have to see. But I think I'm going to end up going with Chief Wallaby after reading everything. Is there anything that you've heard else throughout this week that you want to mention? Any other horses that you're looking at? I know Rich Stroke, he's 80-1. Still technically eligible, or not, excuse me, these are old horses. Some of the other long shots, like I said, Wonder Dean, he's 20-1. He won the UAE Derby.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's really Chief Wallaby or one of the top 3 guys that's going to be in the real race. The rest of them seem like they're kind of out. Chief Wallaby's more of like a on the fringe kind of thing where you're still getting a good value for that pick and you still have a chance realistically, as opposed to picking someone who's, what did I say?
80-1,
41-1. Great White is 41-1.
Okay, yeah.
Stuff like that. Like that's a long shot for your play, and you're not going to get all that value that you really want. But it is good to go with the long shot because, like I said earlier, the favorite winner hasn't won since 2018. So Renegade being 5-1,
not a fait accompli.
It's right. A lot of the time at this Kentucky Derby race, you'll see a lot of the long shots win. It's not.
Problem is with the long shots, you know what that usually means moving forward?
What?
They're not going to win the Kentucky Derby.
Oh yeah, I know. And the other problem is with the like taking a long shot. Yeah, it's a long shot. It's you're taking a risk, but I still like it better than taking that number one guy. The number one guy, that like pole position, first slot or first jockey spot. Oftentimes they'll get squeezed out early in the race and they're done. So it's all about that first, like out of the gate kind of jump. And whoever's closer in that corner can get squeezed out immediately. And then when all the horses race essentially at the exact same speed, if you're already behind, good luck catching up, so it's going to take a lot. But again, I think Chief Wallaby's probably where I'm going to go with my money. I think Jay Dawg is going to stick with the Puma. Am I right?
The Puma.
Heard that. And then I think that's really it. Just remember Wonder Dean, another one to keep your eyes on at 20-1, won the UAE Derby, has been prepping really good. Not the greatest hype, but some decent odds for some more sleepers. But again, you can always just throw a flyer on one of the top 3 guys. We said, Renegade, Commandment, or the Puma. Those guys are probably going to be your most faithful, your most reliable guys. And then after that, look towards those sleeper picks. Now, Jay Dawg, I think that does it for our Derby. The 152nd running of the Kentucky Derby.
Have you ever been to a horse track before? No.
I've been to not a horse track, but the dog tracks that are local here to us in New Hampshire.
Okay.
When I was younger, I've been to the casino there.
Like Greyhound Racing?
Yeah.
I have been to Saratoga Springs.
Oh, really?
New York, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Didn't win, but
we'll have to get you on a horse sometime.
I don't know about that unless the Puma wins, right?
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, if Puma wins, we'll have to contact the jockey and see if we can get you to take a ride.
Well, if the Puma can get me to the Puma headquarters in Boston, then we've got something, right?
Yeah.
We've got a sponsorship. Other than that, the Puma doesn't win. Justice for the Puma.
Justice for the Puma. Heard that. All right, Dog. Time to discuss the playoffs. I actually threw my papers and I still kind of need them. Time to discuss the playoffs. Now, something we have to preface. At current press time, lots of game sixes. And so we don't know
too many game sixes.
We don't know the decisions, the results. So we're not going to dive too far into the playoffs.
For both the NBA playoffs as well as the Stanley Cup playoffs, they've decided to throw a wrench into the bet this plans, and you can't blame the Puma on that one.
Yeah, so there's no real wagers we can give, like looking too far out.
No.
If you had to guess right now, I guess we could pick series winners. Now, again, at press time, we could just give our thoughts on if we think these series will get closed out or not. Currently, the Pistons and Orlando are in a 3-2 matchup.
Yeah.
I think Orlando's going to end up taking that. I don't think Detroit's got it in the bag. Like, I think they're gassed. And I think Cade missing that time at the end of the season really held them back.
The Pistons peaked in March. So
well, that's
them being
saying.
A 1 seed is.
I think
the Cavs being a 1 seed last year.
Yeah. They're out of gas already.
They're a 1 seed and one in name only.
So we're going to go with Orlando, both of us. Cavs and Toronto. I think the Cavs close this out.
Yes.
Maybe not in game 6. Like maybe
I don't want this going the distance.
Maybe not in game 6, just because I don't know how.
I don't want this going the distance.
I think if it does go game 7, Cleveland definitely takes it. But
I don't know about that either.
I just think that it'd be hard to win in Toronto.
Just win in Toronto. That's all I want them to do. Just beat the Raps in T-Town. All
right. The other matchup, we have the Lakers and Houston.
That should have ended a couple times ago.
You said it last episode or last edition of Bet This is the Rockets are frauds.
They are,
yeah.
But Lakers are keeping them interesting. Although Luka may be coming back.
When he comes back, if he plays like he did at the end of the season, the Rockets are definitely going to be frauds.
Durant's not coming back. So.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the Lakers will take that one. And then the other 3 matchups we have, Atlanta and New York is another series going on.
Atlanta, but I think it's going to be New York.
I think so too. I think New York's just got more playoff experience at this point, especially with Atlanta not having Trae Young, that captain. Not that Young really was helping them get anywhere. Clearly,
what happened was it was snap out of it. That's what it
was.
And the Knicks had that, and then they got it done.
Right, and I just think that Atlanta is too inexperienced right now to get through the rest of the playoffs. Minnesota and Denver. Minnesota currently leads 3-2. However, lots of injuries going on there. I think this one's more of a toss-up between any of the matchups. What?
Denver.
You think Denver's going to take it? Well, that's what I'm saying.
The injuries are just too much.
Right now,
too much for
right now, Minnesota has the lead,
Wolves.
is what I'm saying. I think this is possibly the only matchup where I think the team that is currently losing in the series could come back and win. That's what I'm saying. I think this one's more of a toss-up.
Jokic.
I think Jokic and Denver can get it done against the injury-riddled T-Wolves. So we're both taking the Nuggets. And then Sixers and Celtics has been more interesting to Sixers fans, I should say, more frustrating to Celtics fans. But that one has lasted and stuck around a lot longer than we originally anticipated. But again, I think
it should have been a sweep.
Yeah, NBA final champions, the Celtics here, like this team has won a championship before. Like this group of players, essentially. Obviously, there's some players that have gone in and out, but the core group of players has won a championship before. I don't see them getting knocked out by the Sixers. And then for the NHL, again, a lot of 3-2 series. We've got Anaheim and Edmonton going on this weekend. I think Anaheim closes that out. I think Edmonton is
Get that into a 7? Oh boy, I don't know.
I think Anaheim
I
closes.
think it's going to go 7, but I think the Ducks win.
I like the Ducks in that one. Dallas and Minnesota. This one is interesting.
Yeah.
Dallas holds the lead currently, Minnesota holds the lead currently. The current
Minnesota team holds the lead over the former Minnesota team.
Do you think Dallas can make a comeback?
They can. Win the series? It's awfully tough, though. It's weird seeing that. Although, if it's one team that could choke it away, it's the Minnesota Wild, because again, they go to the playoffs and then they just don't seem to find a way to get out of the first round.
Mm-hmm.
So having a 3-2 doesn't mean anything.
Okay.
So
and just to make it a point,
one of these teams that's going to have 3-2 is going to choke it away.
Game 7 is in Dallas. Dallas does have the better seeding there, so if it does go to a Game 7, Dallas
would go back to Dallas.
They have a better shot. If I had to pick, I'd probably say Dallas could get it done. I think
it's one team, again, as I said, if it's one team that can choke it away, it's the Minnesota Wild.
Yeah. The next matchup, we have Boston and Buffalo. This one's been rowdy. Pasta scored that overtime goal to extend their series. I mean, I really would like Boston to win, and I just don't think Buffalo can get it done. I feel like they're going to choke.
I've got Buffalo in the conference finals, so
okay.
Yes, I think
we'll say Dog's going to take Buffalo.
And the Bruins always have issues in Game 6. It doesn't matter what series it is. That's been their problem.
Mm-hmm.
So
it depends on the physicality of Boston. If they can get Buffalo to play out of their game and play physical more often than they do, Boston usually tires them out and finds open opportunities. That's what I'd expect. But again, that's a good matchup. Utah and Vegas. This one's been incredible. I mean, overtime after overtime in this one.
Double overtime.
I know, double OTs specifically, but I just think Vegas has, again, more experience. And I think that falls into a situation like this where you're leading the series already 3-2.
Yeah.
Game 6, this brand new team, they obviously have the backing of their fans, the community around them. Like Utah,
they're going to have the Winter Classic.
The Mammoth is a good hockey town. This is
for now,
right. This has been good for hockey this season.
So far, so good.
Right. I just don't think they can match up to the level of Vegas and the experience.
It depends on how much they're getting sick. How much Vegas gets sick of torts.
Yeah, it's true.
That's true. I'm not saying they tank for tort, just to get them out of there. But
right. I think Vegas wins it.
I think Vegas wins it.
I'm going to go with Vegas.
I had Vegas winning that part of that series anyway. So.
And then the final series, we have Montreal and Tampa. Montreal currently leads 3-2. I got Montreal winning it.
I got the Habs winning this because, again, every year since this decade started of the 2020s, a team from the Sunshine State, which is not a hockey state, let's be honest,
yes,
represents the Stanley Cup final.
Bring the cup back north.
From the Tampa Bay Lightning to the Florida Panthers. The Panthers obviously can't do that this year.
Yes.
So for the first time in 6 years, we could finally have someone who's not representing the Sunshine State in the Stanley Cup final. So the Habs, the Montreal Canadiens, will get it done.
I'm excited, and again, I'm hoping for that Habs and Bruins matchup in round 2. If Boston can get through Buffalo, that would be the matchup we would get.
So the last time they met, you did the research on there,
or no? I forgot to look it up.
Yeah,
did you?
I think it was 2004.
We'll look it up in between segments, and we'll toss the answer back out to the bedheads. But yeah, I mean, that is growing up in New England. That is one of the greatest rivalries. I know that. It
was more prevalent in the Bobby Orr days because there were fewer teams.
Right.
Now that there's more teams, it makes it more of an impossibility.
Right. But there's still, even when I was growing up, I was watching, what is it, like Jamie Allison or Jason Allison? I'm trying to remember some old timey players from the early 2000s, but like even like that Mark Savard era of the Boston Bruins, like the Habs and the Bruins, the rivalry.
Carey Price.
Yeah, yes, exactly. That era of hockey between Montreal and Boston was so good. And that's what I think Boston fans are missing. And obviously they've had some good runs.
Here's the problem,
previous years.
But be careful what you wish for.
Well, yes, because if they face the Habs, I don't know if they can take them down, though. So we'll see. But that is our playoff coverage. Make sure you stick around, and any good bets, odds we find, I'll try and post them onto our social media this weekend on Bet This Pod on Instagram. That's Bet This P on X. I'll send Jay Dawg the odds so he can try and throw them up there when he gets a chance. But check us out on all our social medias, and you can find our locks and parlays, which we'll get to later in the edition of Bet This. But you can find those on our social medias as well. We post those on our Instagram, our YouTube, and our X page. You can find all of our posts also, like I said, on our YouTube.
Not so much X, more so Insta than anything. We're trying on X. We're trying.
It's mostly Instagram or on YouTube. We still post on YouTube as well, not just videos, but all of the images and graphics you see us create, we'll post there as well. So make sure you just follow our feed and check us out.
All the baseball stuff, we also got to make a point of that to post what we had, because again, every single week when we're posting the tchotchkes for the Bet This set, it's never the same. It never looks the same, and I'm a stickler for that.
Yes, Jay Dawg's changing it up every week, keeping us fresh, so the bet heads can get the freshest bets and freshest odds, of course. All right, Dawg. It is time to discuss some baseball. We've been 1 month into the baseball season now, and figured this would be a good time to discuss baseball. What are your thoughts on the season so far? Guardians are looking all right.
First place.
Not
by much.
I know it's a tough race out there in the Central.
The only team that's running away with it right now is the Braves over the Marlins. That's it. Everything else is within the National League Central is the most competitive it has ever been. That's great for the first month. It's not sustainable because, you have the haves and the have-nots as usual, and like with any sport. But what's really surprising me is that the National League Central, not the American League Central, the National League Central, and the closer for the San Diego Padres, Mason Miller, he may be the Cy Young Award winner. We may be seeing
that'd be crazy.
We may be seeing a Cy Young Award winner as a closer as a Cy Young Award winner.
When was the last time that happened?
Wow.
Do you know?
I'd have to go through.
Because I know what was it? Eckersley won the Cy Young, I think, but I think he was a starting pitcher when he won it.
Right on the MVP as well.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't think of since I've been alive. I don't think there has been a closer that's won the Cy Young. Maybe Mo. Did Mo ever win a Cy Young? No, right?
I think Francisco Rod did K-Rod maybe because he set the saves record back in the.
I have no clue.
Actually, no, I don't think he did. I think Cliff Lee of Cleveland won it that year.
Okay.
So
we'll check it out.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah.
J Dawg and I did look it up. Bruins and Canadians last time they played each other, 2014. Canadians won the series 4-3. And then the last time before that, I think was 08-09. And then it was 03-04, a couple of times in between there. But back to baseball. The thing that shocked me the most, Dawg, and obviously I'm an AL East fan because I'm a Red Sox fan, but man, not just the Red Sox, but all of the AL East and all of the American League, as you were just saying, is underperforming for the most part. There's a couple of teams here and there.
The junior circuit has been kind of a disappointment in that regard.
The Tigers and the Guardians are pretty good in the Central for the American League.
The Royals have been disappointing. They were in the postseason last year.
But even if you look out into the West, the A's are leading the AL West at press time, and they have a negative run differential. You know what I mean? Like there's so many teams within the league that have a negative run differential, but they have a higher win record.
Mm-hmm.
Like their teams aren't performing that well. Most of the National League has a positive plus run differential. Look at the Braves. I think at press time, they're plus 68 in the run differential. The Dodgers are like plus 60. The A's are leading the AL West and they're like negative 5 in their run differential. And there's teams that are even worse than that. Like the Red Sox are way worse than that, and so it's just crazy to me. That's the thing that shocked me so far throughout the baseball season is the underperformance from some teams, because it's really in the American League. It's the Yankees, the Tigers, the Guardians, and that's really it.
You don't trust the Angels or the Rangers?
No, the Angels are competitive. But I don't like their pitching. I'm worried at some point that team's going to fall off. The Rangers, maybe I'd be more convinced. Like I guess I could fall into like believing the Rangers are a real team, but at the same time, they're already behind the A's, and the A's are I had more faith.
Not by much.
I know, but I had more faith in the A's I think the A's are going to be a very good team. And I think you're talking about the young rookies or the junior circuit you're saying. This A's team is full of young talent. And I think finally we're going to see a team similar to that Orioles team that won 100 games a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think this A's team, they won't win that many games, but be like a younger, talented team that you could see rising over the next few years. So that's really what shocked me so far through the MLB season. Quickly, as I get the future odds lined up right now, your World Series favorites, the Dodgers still in first at plus 200, Yankees plus 650, the Braves at plus 1100, the Mariners somehow at plus 1100 still, even though they've been fluctuating up and down, had a really rough start to the season. And then the Cubs in fifth at plus 1500. So those are your World Series odds for now. And Jay Dawg, let's talk about the power rankings for baseball. Our Bet This Power Rankings in-house, brought to you by Jay Dawg, your one and only one-stop shop for power rankings right here on Bet This.
At number 10, the Tampa Bay Rays. At number 9, the Milwaukee Brewers. At number 8, the St. Louis Cardinals. At number 7, as we call them, the A's of Nowhere. Yep. The number 6, the Chicago Cubs. Are you sensing a pattern here with the National League Central much? At number 5, the team that was number 1 the previous week has now dropped to 5, the San Diego Padres. At number 4, the Cincinnati Reds.
The Reds and the A's are two teams I'm really high on this year.
At number 3, the reigning defending undisputed World Series champ Los Angeles Dodgers. At number 2, the New York Yankees. And the new number 1, the Atlanta Braves.
The Atlanta Braves finally getting it back together. Matt Olson, Acuna, they still got that core out there from when they won the World Series a couple of years ago. So
it wasn't a couple of years ago; it was 5 years ago.
True. It's a little
they
more
had
than
Freddie Freeman 5 years ago.
True.
Where's he now?
On the
winning
Dodgers.
World Series in LA. So.
Yeah, maybe Atlanta can win one without him this year. We'll see. MLS Power Rankings, J Dawg, hit us with it.
Okay, at number 10, Charlotte. At number 9, Minnesota. At number 8, New England. The Revs they're revving
I know.
up.
I'm surprised they've been revving it up.
Yeah. Number 7, Chicago. At number 6, the reigning defending undisputed champ Inter Miami. At number 5, the Seattle Sounders. At number 4, LAFC. At number 3, Nashville. At number 2, a franchise that may be on the move, Vancouver.
Really? I haven't heard that.
Yep.
We'll have to stick around and see.
And at number 1, the class of Major League Soccer right now, the San Jose Earthquakes.
I'm wondering if we could see like San Jose, what is it, East-West for their championship?
I would have to think so.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we could see San Jose and maybe like a Philly Union or something. I don't know if Messi will make it back in, but we'll see.
They got the World Cup going on.
So. Yeah, I know. All right, J Dawg. It is almost time for my favorite section of each edition of Bet This, but hit us with some housekeeping, break it down, and go over some stuff that the bet heads can find on the Pulse Podcast network of media.
We'll start with the Pulse of New Hampshire radio stations, of course. Saturday is the Red Sox and the Astros. You had the Fenway Greens on Friday, and then on Saturday, I think you've got the Marathon, if I'm not mistaken, uniforms.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah. 3:10 pregame, 4:10 first pitch on Saturday. Then Sunday, 12:35 pregame, 1:35 first pitch. That's the final game of that 3-game series. And for the playback, on May 1st, we had Nolan Ryan in his 7th career no-hitter.
Yes.
Roger Clemens never threw a no-hitter in the majors. Pedro Martinez he did 7. Okay.
It's crazy. Just think last baseball season, we had no-hitters.
Correct.
And
didn't have any in 2000.
And Nolan Ryan threw 7 in his career.
Entire career.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's at noon. That was at noon on the Pulse Podcast Network under the Bet This umbrella on the Pulse Podcast Network. Then on Sunday at noon, we'll have Francisco Liriano of the Minnesota Twins, his no-hitter against the Chicago White Sox from 2011, 15 years to the date. And then later on in the week, Justin Verlander decided to join the party. He threw another no-hitter. I think he's got 3 or 4 in his career. He's a Hall of Famer. And it was against the Toronto Blue Jays on May 7th. That will be 15 years to the date. We'll have that for you at noon on the Pulse Podcast Network under the Bet This umbrella. So we got no hitters, no nos in May.
You can find the no-nos in May on Spotify. Look up Bet This, search Bet This CJ, Bet This Jay Dawg, and you can find the playback under the Bet This umbrella on both Spotify, the Pulse Podcast Network, on the Bet This YouTube as well. We're starting to throw them up there, so we'll be putting another one up early or later on this week.
Yeah.
Before we get to the lightning round, Jay Dawg, our locks and parlays of the week. Your lock and parlay. Your lock this week is Ty Reddick at Texas to finish top 5
for NASCAR. Yeah.
He finished 14th last week. However, did have the pole position, and on an average, he's finishing, I think, above the top 10 throughout the whole season. So good odds there. I like that. Of course, I took him last week and didn't hit, but well, good luck to you this week. And then your parlay is what? Travis Bazzana, you said?
Travis Bazzana hitting a home run and a double, getting 3 RBI on Sunday at the Athletics, the A's of Nowhere, as the Guardians take on those A's of Nowhere in Sacramento, West Sacramento.
Jay Dawg's hoping for a big game, big debut from Bazzana.
From the Aussie.
And then
it's not his debut, but yes.
My lock of the week is the first 5-inning money line for the Padres and the White Sox this Saturday. Michael King's on the mound for the Padres. The White Sox, other than Munetaka Murakami, he's like really the only one doing anything in Chicago. So I really like
putting Judge numbers up.
I like the Padres to win the first 5 innings there, and I like their offense. I think they got some good talent there. So that's my lock. That's Saturday's game, first 5-inning money line for the Padres. And then my parlay is Sunday, Ellie De La Cruz to get a hit against Pittsburgh, Will Smith to get a hit against the Cardinals, and then Jose Ramirez to get a hit against the A's of Nowhere.
Okay.
That's my parlay of the week. Now, Jay Dawg, let's get right into it. It's my favorite section of this show. It is the Lightning Round. Jay Dawg, let's get into it. Not a lot of time left to go through it, but let's do it. UFL is the first to start. Only 2 matches this weekend for the UFL. 2 games, excuse me.
We've got UFL conflated with MLS.
We've got the Renegades taking on the DC Defenders. Who you taking in that one?
DC Defenders.
That's Saturday. We can catch that one. And the DC Defenders, by the way, open up at 3-point favorites on the line there on the spread. And then on Sunday, the Stallions taking on the Storm. Stallions 1-4, Storm 4-1, and the Storms open up the line at -5.5 on the spread. Who you taking?
I'm going to take the Stallions.
Oh, really?
Get back in it.
You're going with the upset here for the Stallions. Yep. Okay, that is our UFL coverage. For NASCAR, I know we're not going to really talk about it. Just want to mention that NASCAR is at Texas this week. Make sure you tune in. Ty Reddick is on an incredible run. You're not going to want to miss that coverage as we prepare for
that's 3:30, right, in Texas?
3:30 in Texas.
Again, that's a short course. So
yeah, I know it's not like it's not super short, but it's not Talladega.
Correct.
You know, you're going to be
wide open.
Yeah, you'll be able to use the brakes more or less for this weekend's race, but look for Ty Reddick, a couple other guys in there. Maybe Hamlin's been in the top 5. Chase Briscoe, Ryan Blaney, a couple of those guys. I think they're in the top 10 in the standings, and they've been performing pretty good so far throughout the season. All right, Jay Dawg, your MLS picks real quick before we end this edition of Bet This. Toronto hosting San Jose. Who you taking?
San Jose.
San Jose on the road. Sporting KC hosting Seattle.
Seattle Sounders.
Heard that. Real Salt Lake hosting Portland.
Real Salt Lake.
We have Inter Miami hosting Orlando.
Inter Miami.
Heard that. The Sunshine State battle. Red Bull hosting Dallas.
Dallas FC.
We have the Revs hosting Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Okay. Philly hosting Nashville.
Philly.
Atlanta hosting Montreal.
Atlanta.
Columbus hosting Minnesota.
Taking the Crew.
Columbus, heard. Chicago Fire hosting Cincinnati.
Chicago Fire.
We have Houston hosting Colorado.
Houston Dynamo.
San Diego hosting LAFC.
LAFC.
I like LAFC this year. Galaxy hosting Vancouver.
Galaxy.
NYCFC hosting DC United.
DC United.
Austin FC at St. Louis.
St. Louis.
That is it for your lightning round for MLS. Real quick, big news in the golf world, a big update, I should say. LIV lost their funding.
Live and let die.
Yeah, live and let die. So I know a lot of the golfers are trying to get back into the PGA, but I know the PGA said like a month ago, we're giving you one opportunity, take it or leave it. And a lot of them didn't take it. So probably going to have to leave it. I'm sorry to say, but just had to update the bet heads.
They have to live with leaving.
Yeah, exactly. So that does it for this edition of Bet This. New edition of Bet This every week. New content constantly. Check us out on X, Bet This P. Check us out on Instagram, Bet This Pod. Check us out on YouTube. If you're watching us already, thank you. Tell a friend to check us out on YouTube at Bet This on YouTube. And don't forget, if you're going to bet
this.
And we'll catch you in the next one. Peace, peace.
Bet This is for entertainment purposes only. Always gamble responsibly and never wager more than you can afford to lose. Our advice is not a guarantee of success. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call the National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-522-4700 or visit ncpgambling.org for resources.